you want to go see comedian Sarah Silverman. I don't know how often she tours or comes through Cleveland, but she's coming this fall on the Post-Mortem Tour. It is Saturday, September 21st, right around down the street here. State Theater at Playhouse Square. All the details on that show and everything playing down there at playhousesquare.org. So 2 for Sarah Silverman. Get my last pair this week. Good luck. Call her 10. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Proving what one man can achieve with an utter lack of charisma.
One of the great achievements of our time.
Alan Cox.
On 100.7 WMMS.
I saw our girl Nicole Shriver was opening for Sarah at one of those club gigs.
Oh, nice.
Punchline in San Francisco or something like that.
That's a great club. Or no, Sacramento's the one I've done. Great club.
The Sacramento Punchline.
Sacramento Punchline's a great.
You want to shoot me a text, 35192, to do that. The Guardians come from behind and win that game against the Mariners to end that series. 2-1 today. 6-3 was the final there in the afternoon. 7:10 tomorrow night. The Guardians are still at home. They'll start the weekend series against the Toronto Blue Jays. Pound Cake delivering the game ball.
The game ball to the
tomorrow.
Starting pitcher.
For Pride Night. Is that what it is? Pride Night?
Yeah.
Hey, Dick.
Hey, you were talking about I Feel for Mary. This was about it was about 2 months before I retired. Speaking of, I had got 2 submarines from Subway, and I got some pizza from DeBartolo's there, blind pizza. I put that in the refrigerator the next day, and I put my name on it, and I was so mad. I had paid for those subs. It was like 13, and that pizza, 4 pizzas was $22. And the manager says, well, we can't control Dick Van Date and what goes in there. And I was mad. I was out $22. I feel for Mary. Yeah. Mary, I feel for you on that.
Dick,
you know?
Dick, you put 2 Subway sandwiches and a pizza in the fridge at work?
3 slices of pizza, this DeBartolo. And I had, Subway. I'd gone there, and I put them in there, and I put, please do not take. And there was some, could you imagine? I couldn't maintain myself. That was terrible.
I understand. You can feel Mary's pain.
Oh, I feel your pain, Mary.
This might be the first time Dick's ever talked about what we were talking about,
Yes,
too.
topic,
So congratulations, Dick.
But I mean, it's just like, I don't know. And a couple of times I would get pop. I would have, I would go work a lot and work in garden center, and I would put Gatorade in 2 bottles of, 2 bottles of Ice Mountain water, and they were gone.
What was the beverage again?
And it was Gatorade. I had the and I'll never drink it. I'll never drink it. Guess what happened?
What?
That sugar made me kind of silly.
The sugar made you
drink
silly.
sugar.
All right. Well, what flavor of Gatorade do you like, Dick?
I like the the red and the blue. The red
Okay.
and blue.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, sure. Primary colors. That's good.
Now I drink a lot of ice water.
Well, you got to stay hydrated on a day like this, Dick.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to tell you something that I feel honored about. I went to the Strummers today, and some of my friends. I want to thank Bill, you, and Mary, but they saw me they asked me on Facebook, and somebody today, Dick, you were. I looked at one of the stations. We were looking down, and a couple of my friends. But Dick, where were you playing the mandolin with your hair sticking up? I said, well, that was one of my best friends at WMMS. I said, I'm a big fan of the Alan Cox Show. But people have recognized that, Alan. I feel honored about that. That's pretty neat.
Well, that's the law of averages, right, Dick?
Yeah.
And sooner or later, they were going to hear you.
Yeah, it's been a while since I called. I always like to keep in touch with you guys. You guys are great people, you know?
Well, we do our best. We are stewards of the public airwaves, Dick. Nothing less, nothing more.
And you've always been, I rate you guys high on my list and pray for you guys every day. You're good people.
Hey, thanks.
You too.
All right, thanks, Dick.
God bless you. Licky, 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 boom, boom, down. Licky, 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 boom, boom, down.
They have the whole sales staff going out on the funny bus. I hosted my last funny bus last night.
Yep. Are they all wasted?
No, I'm talking about last night. Oh, God. What a way to go out, boy. Bill's got one more. We do Alan
I think there's
Cox
like
Show
2
night.
tickets left, too.
Yeah, we do Alan Cox Show night on the Cleveland Funny Bus. We did it last year, do Wednesdays in May and June. So the last one for me was last night. And the last one for the season for us, they do it all year. Season for us will be with Bill. Next Wednesday, I'll have passes for you to win Monday and Tuesday. Well, I guess I'll start and then I'll work backward. We'll do a little memento thing. Okay. Intense Randy got himself a lifetime ban from the Funny Bus.
Yeah. Of course he did.
Which I guess was a long time coming, but so Gwen said a couple of months ago, she hits up Dean, who's the owner of the Funny Bus, and she goes, hey, I want to get tickets. This is right before Alan's birthday. I want to get a bunch of our friends together and come on his last Funny Bus. He's like, great. So she bought a bunch of tickets for us, for her and like 8 of our friends, right? 4 couples. And then another woman had hit me up because she had a big group, and I put her in touch with our sales staff, and she bought a bunch of tickets. So last night's bus was mostly her group in the back, our group in the front, and then some random people in the middle. Like there was a guy with an oxygen tank last night and his wife next to him, and I got to talking to them, and they were in town from Cape Cod for their 3rd consult for the Cleveland Clinic because he needs a double lung transplant.
Oh, my gosh.
And I didn't get too deep in the weeds with him, but I'm like, how the hell did you end up on the Funny Bus, right? Anyway, so it's mostly those 2 big parties. It's our friends, it's the people in the back, a few people in the middle. Everybody's great. Everybody's having a good time. Well, on Mondays and Tuesdays, I give away a pair a day. So there's only 4 tickets that I'm giving away. The rest of them are people buying them at funnybus.net. Well, as luck would have it, Intense Randy is one of the winners. I don't know how this guy dances between the raindrops, but he manages to do it, okay? And then he tells me immediately that he won a pair of the tickets. I'm like, great, I'll see you then, blah, blah, blah. But Randy's always got to make it the Randy show. Mm-hmm. So you know what's coming. It's going to be, so he can't stand it to just be there and have fun and hang out with everybody else. It's got to be the Randy show. So we had dinner at Collision Bend. Our group had dinner at Collision Bend before the bus. And he was one of the first people to get there. And he saunters over and starts like chatting me up. I'm like, bro, I'm here with like my wife and a bunch of friends, and we're having dinner. I'm like, I'll run into you. You know, he's a nice guy and he's harmless, but it's like,
read the room.
You can't, like, don't force me to be an a-hole to you, right? Mm-hmm. So we get on the bus. Julia Mary is the comic. She's dynamite. I love working with her because she's a loose cannon, and that's fun. But halfway through, man, everybody's drinking, everybody's partying, but everybody's having a good time. Randy's standing up. He's taking his shirt off. We're like, bro. Well, it got to the point where one of my friends, who is a massive human being, he's a fireman. He's just a big, tall, big guy. Goes back to Randy kind of midway through and leans over and says something to him. And Randy looks cowed for a bit, right? And he's pretty quiet. He was kind of calming down, whatever. Because you can't be there on a moving bus.
You can't stand up.
Standing up and doing whatever and, whatever.
There's rules. It's in a song.
Yeah, it is. The Cleveland Rocks Don't Stand Up song.
Yeah.
So, tour's over. We get back to Collision Bend. Everybody's de-bussing. And Randy says something to my buddy, and I don't know what happened, but the 2 of them are standing there yelling at each other at the bus, and it's like my friend could break him in two.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not like a bro. Like, my buddy's not a bro, right? He's a nice dude, calm guy, but everybody had it up to here by the time the bus got back. And I'm like, what is happening right now? And then I heard that Randy got the lifetime ban because the people who were running that operation are like, we can't have this. This can't be a thing, right? You can't have something like that. So it was a wild night. A wild night.
Was he remorseful at all?
I had
Or
no
was
clue.
he mad?
I have no idea.
He got banned after you left.
Yeah, this morning I heard that the people who
They made the choice.
the organization
They made the call.
contacted him and said, sorry, you're out. Because I'm like, I don't have, because people are coming to me going, oh, you should ban him from winning tickets. I'm like, I can't keep people from winning things.
Right.
Hey, I don't know who wins things, right? Connor's screening the call. So if he just goes, you're caller 10, what's your name?
Are you Randy? Are you Randy?
right.
Are you
Right.
Randy?
Exactly. So it's like, and again, Randy's harmless. He really is. And deep down, he's a nice guy. He was one of the first listeners that I met, like, doing regular appearances when I came to Cleveland. So I've known the guy for a while. But in a situation like that, where there's a lot of people, he just can't stand to not make it the Randy show. I mean, I'm hosting the bus, and I don't even make it the Alan Cox show on the bus, right?
Right.
Julia is the tour guide. The comedians for the funny bus, they're the tour guides, and they're funny, and I cut in when I want to. There were a couple of the girls at the halfway point. They're like, tell her to let you talk. And I'm like, she's not letting me talk. I have a live mic, and I cut in and
When
dick
you
around
want to, yeah.
when I want to, yeah. But I'm not, we want to have fun with you guys, and so that's why Bill and I host. But I'm not making it like all me. That's a lot. Little me goes a long way. So it was just, everybody had fun, but it was a weird energy because of that. And so I'm appreciative to everybody who came out, and, there was no acrimony or anything like that. And I don't know. He kind of slunk away into the night, and I'm not sure what the aftermath of that. Well, I know now what the aftermath was, but I was like, man, I just, you're creating your own problems in a situation like that. And I'm not trying. I'm like, don't force me to be an a-hole to somebody. But yeah, it was wild. It was great, And Bill's got his last one this coming Wednesday, and it should be a lot of fun.
Your friend is not that kind of guy? He's not a start stuff?
No.
Oh, I didn't know.
Because he's a guy like you look at and you're like, oh, I'm not going to mess with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a giant human. And we were all there having fun. Just having a good time. But it just got to be so disruptive and unnecessarily so, right? Because I'm like, bro, these people paid to be on this. You won your tickets, right? You're here purely by coincidence. So just have a good time.
I think it was fate. This is the one thing that got me to believe in fate.
See, now you guys believe in fate, huh? You're welcome.
You finally did it. You finally got Bill on board with fate.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mac. Hello, hello. Hello, is this Mac? Hello, hello. Okay. No, my birthday is not tomorrow. Everybody's trying to be Sherlock Holmes with my birthday. My birthday is not tomorrow.
Soon.
Hey, Gaylord.
Hi, gang. I do hope all of you are doing well. And Mr. Cox, I would like to say something to Mr. Squire, if I may.
Bring it on.
And I would like to say that I and my wife, or my wife and I, rather, are coming to your show Friday.
Oh, great.
And I just want to say to all my fellow listeners, please, if you have the opportunity, please come out Friday and see Bill Squire and have a great time. We love you. I love you all. You all have a
That's tomorrow night?
great
Yeah.
day. Yes.
Tomorrow night, old86billsquire.com.
All righty. Thank you for having me on. I love you guys. Bye-bye.
You know, Dick from Dayton refers to himself in the third person sometimes, or says that someone called him that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, they told me at Lowe's, Dick from Dayton, you can't, we don't know who's stealing food. Gaylor might want to pick up on that.
How much did you pay Gaylord to call in and promote your shows, Bill?
I paid him $75 a mention, Mary. Yep.
Do you think anybody has to pay Gaylord to call the show?
He pays me.
Yeah. But last night I did that thing with Andrew Callahan. At
Oh,
House
yeah,
of
the
Blues.
Q&A.
Yeah, so it was. He showed a film that he
Who
made.
this person is?
Channel 5
He's
News,
the
all gas, no brakes.
all gas, no brakes, yeah.
He's done a bunch of these like kind of documentary type things, but he made this documentary about this guy named Kelly that lost his house in like the crash in 2008, 2009, and then like kind of lost touch with his family and got really into
Is he
Trump
young?
and stuff. Andrew? Yeah.
This guy? He's
Andrew.
27?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm looking up there. Okay.
Yeah. And then he like has this kind of connection with this guy and he tries to help him get his life back together. And it was
This isn't
really,
a mockumentary.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, there's definitely funny things in it, but there's
Yeah.
also a lot of heart in it and like a lot of heartbreaking things in it. But it was really well done, and he's doing interesting stuff. And he was just a cool guy to hang out with backstage, and he showed me some other stuff that he was working on, and it was some customers were there.
Good crowd?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. It was a good time, and House of Blues is always great. They're always like, "When's the comedy tour coming back?" I'm like, "Out of my hands, man. Out
Yeah.
of my hands."
Right. Short
But-
answer, probably never.
Yeah, but it was and I don't want to give too much away because eventually I imagine he's going to put this on YouTube or release it, but it just really shows that some of these people that are into the extremes of politics and religion are just really unwilling to take accountability for things that happen in their life, and they have a lot of pride and ego and just won't accept any consequences for what they do, and it just drives a wedge between them and their loved ones in a really devastating way.
Well, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier in the week, or maybe last week, that a big problem is that no one defers to anyone anymore.
Right.
People don't defer to experts. People don't defer to, nobody's like, well, everybody's kind of dug in.
Well, like part of the main crux of this whole thing is this Kelly guy's mad at this businessman that gave him a loan to try and float him so that he could try and make money and keep his house. But part of that loan was that if you don't pay this, we get your house.
Right.
And
That's kind of how those work.
yeah. And so then he's like, oh, the guy stole my house. It's like, no, you signed up for this. And he just would not admit that he signed up for this. His wife had no idea that they were in financial trouble.
Oof.
So they got evicted by the sheriff's department.
And that was the first she was hearing of it. She's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean I got to get out of my house?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like I said, it's some very serious things, and there's some very funny things in it too, but a lot of stuff that's just really relatable because I think there's a lot of people that went through stuff like that or have had kind of, family members have something traumatic like that happen, and then they're looking for answers somewhere, and they go to radical extremes.
Did he address his rape allegations from earlier this year?
Who? Andrew?
Andrew?
Well, I alluded to that briefly. I was like, this guy got into a little bit of trouble for some, but that's obviously not something that Bill's probably going to talk about in a Q&A.
I didn't know about a rape allegation.
Two of them. from 2 different women, and it was as of February. It was still going on.
Nope, you didn't talk about that.
Well, I just think it's interesting that he made an entire documentary about putting a wedge between people and not taking accountability. I'm just now looking up this guy's Wikipedia, so my information may not be 100%, but that's an interesting take for someone who has been accused of both rape and sexual assault.
Well, your timing couldn't be better, Mary.
Why, is he on the phone?
No, because
Hey, I'm sorry. Who's this?
You called me?
Yeah, hi. Hey,
This is Mary Santora.
Andy. My friends
Oh.
call me Andy.
Hi, Andy. How are
The
you?
girls I assault call me Andy.
Oh,
I know.
hi.
Hi. You got a problem with me or something?
No, I was just
I don't
asking.
even know this dumb voice I'm doing.
Yeah.
I got nothing. Yeah, okay. Well,
Where this is on his Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm. It says not this year, January of 2023, that he was accused of sexual assault and rape.
All I had ever heard was that the most I'd ever heard about it is that he was indelicate with that he really took advantage of his popularity kind of blowing
That's
up.
kind of what I heard about it too.
Yeah.
Again, I've never even heard of this guy. When you said, I had to make sure I was looking at the right thing, because when I Googled Andrew Callahan, that was the first thing that popped up, was 2 women accused him in 2023, and then 2 more women came forth in February saying the same thing.
Huh.
So that's just a
Well, I guess that's a
dynamic.
That's a Q&A for another day, Mary. I'm going to break here. I'll have those Dave Matthews Band tickets for you a little bit later on. That show is just a few nights away. That is Tuesday night out at Blossom. So you can grab the last pair from me here in a bit. 35192. Text me for anything else or hit us up at alancoxshow.com.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app.